Michelle, it's Michelle Loves Books. Welcome back to my channel. Today is the first day of the Because We Can Readathon, hosted by Kat at Brews and Reviews, Kat at Stars and Embers, and Jenna at Just a Little Bit Random. And this is a really special day because it is the first day and the first round, and this round is the theme of firsts. Get it? This readathon will be going on from May 11th through May 17th. There are video challenges and reading challenges, and I want to say there might be Instagram challenges, but I have a really hard time managing them all, so I never usually do Instagram challenges. Today's video challenge is to tell a story of the first time you did something bookish. Being that it is almost my 2-year anniversary of BookTube, 2 years or 3 years? It might be my 3-year BookTube anniversary, actually. I started my BookTube channel in May, about a week before I officially graduated from college. I was super nervous, but I was also super excited to be a part of the BookTube community. I was always watching booktubers and making notes of videos of things that I would like to make content about. I think I was most intrigued with all of the fun games, challenges, video challenges, readathons, just like this one. Oh, and book tags, bookish DIYs that content creators are doing on their channels. I also quickly found out that you really need a large, diverse group of books to have different books to reference when you do tag questions. So I decided I needed to read a lot more, which I was of course totally fine with. My TBR pile started to grow immensely, and I attribute that to BookTube because there were so many books out there that I had no idea about until BookTube. Before this time, like years before this time, I had a pretty decently large library, but then I got rid of a lot of things because I was moving all the time. I found that I wasn't reading that much. So my library was pretty small, and then I just started to really get into BookTube and be inspired by everyone's large libraries. And I didn't grow a library just because of BookTube. It's just something that my mom has always had a large library, my grandmother always had a large library, and I always wanted a large library. I just didn't have the space, or really I just wasn't reading a whole lot. So this also kind of pushed me to start building my library, and then I discovered that they sell really cheap books, really good books at the thrift store. So my library grew really fast as well. I guess that was kind of more than one bookish thing, but I guess it was kind of more like when I got introduced to BookTube. We're just gonna go with it, sorry guys. When I first started BookTube. And I guess that wraps up my challenge for day one. Alright, good morning. We are going to do the TBR. I decided to group this in with the first video challenge because I feel like this TBR video is going to be really short. I've only chosen 3 books. Technically only 2 of those books hit any of the reading challenges, but the other one I'm like reading already. Also, if you know, I really don't like to do TBR videos anymore. I decided for this readathon I'm going to go ahead and make a TBR video. I'm just kind of throwing it in there with the first day's challenge. I'm not making any promises I'm going to stick to it, or that it's even possible to read all of these books in a week. They're books I chose that fit the prompts. Yeah. So the first reading challenge is to spin around in a circle and pick the first book that you touch. One of them is on a sticky note because it is in a box somewhere that I cannot find. But this weekend, I think that I'll be able to unpack all of my boxes and put everything away. Then I'll be able to find it. We are going to put these around. So I've got one. We'll put one on the wall. Ow. And we'll put one over there. Oh yeah. So spin around in a circle. Okay. I totally thought I was facing a different way. Alright, so the first one is Ready Player One. My handwriting's horrible, but first one is Ready Player One. The second challenge is to pick a book that is the first in a series. For this one, I am picking A Curse So Dark and Lonely. The third reading challenge is to pick a book that starts with an A, and that is, again, A Curse So Dark and Lonely. The fourth challenge is to read an author's first book. and that is Ready Player One again. The 5th challenge is to read a book that is a new to you author. Honestly, A Curse So Dark and Lonely and Ready Player One would both work. The 6th challenge is to read a book with one or first in the title, and that is Ready Player One again. And the 7th challenge is to pick a book that has its first birthday in 2020, and that is A Curse So Dark and Lonely. I think that this was published January of 2019. And lastly, I am also reading City of Heavenly Fire, and this book does not fit any of the challenges at all, but I'm reading it. Wish me luck on reading these books, because I feel like that's a lot. I haven't been reading that much lately. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye!